Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Drunken Hubby. This is my second attempt. I recorded an almost hour-long video telling y'all everything that's been going on, and wouldn't you know it, I just didn't have enough room and it didn't record, so now I gotta do everything all over again. I did do a review on a new, well, it's not new beer, but a different kind of beer I haven't done yet in this video, but I'm out of those, and well, the video didn't record, so I won't be doing a review on those. So what I will do is do a rant and drink some Dr. Thunder with some gin and rum. Yeah, I'm mixing gin and rum, sue me. And soda. A lot of people don't like that apparently. Here's the gin. 5 o'clock gin again. As you remember, I did a video on 5 o'clock vodka, which is from, I think, Kentucky or Tennessee. This is not Russian. Admiral Nelson's spiced rum and some Dr. Thunder, which is a generic knockoff of Dr. Pepper. Alright. Get out of it. A lot going on, everybody. A lot going on this week. It's not bad. It'll do it. Alright. So, here's the thing. I'm in a dispute with my landlord. I'll try to make a long story short. Last year, I expressly asked his permission if I could have a dog, on the agreement that I would make any repairs or replacements for damages my dog might do. He agreed. I have text proof of that. Alright. Between then and probably September, around the time that I had to go and lay my grandmother to rest, it was around the time his dog decides to basically knock up my dog. My dog was on my porch, his dog was on my porch, stuck inside my dog for almost an hour. Yeah. But he kept complaining, I don't want your dog near my dog. But he wouldn't keep his dog on a short enough leash to keep his dog away from my dog. Okay. Add to that, now, when I moved into the house, I had to clean up the stuff from the previous tenant. When I moved into the house, there was no working heat. I'm still missing a window. The basement still has no windows. The basement still has no insulation. It had insulation, but you can see where he tore it all out. Okay, and there's a gap under the front door about this big. Yeah? And you can see where the floor, I'll try to put a picture in there of that. The floor's sagging in. That was like that when I moved in. There's no front gutter. And the porch is falling apart. And he's got all this rubbish and junk all around the back here. It was like that when I moved in. He's made no attempt to repair any of that the whole time I've been here. Since June, the kitchen sink, the kitchen plumbing is stopped up. It won't work. I can't use the kitchen plumbing at all to wash clothes or dishes or anything. His response to that, use the bathroom. What kind of landlord does that? They're supposed to fix this stuff, right? Oh, that's a good combo. With the gin, the floral accents balancing off of the almost root beer cherry flavor of the Dr. Pepper soda. It's really good. I like that. Anyway, where was I? Okay. Just made no repairs. The only repairs he has actually made. One, He did put in a window air conditioner unit, since there is no type of air conditioning in here and it does get hot. He did do that. Okay. 2. Somehow there was a slash that appeared in the elastic piping of the hot water heater that happened to be spraying onto an electrical box next to it. And there happened to be a gas can sitting underneath that. I don't know. By the way, there's no windows in the basement. It's all wide open. Basement door looks kicked in. Needed to repair any of that. Anyway, it took him 3 days, but he did actually repair that after I spent $20 of my own money to try to help repair it. I used $50 to upgrade the locks because the locks that he already had on there was flimsy. My dogs did chew through 2 air conditioner cords. I replaced that air conditioner twice now. My own money. I didn't even bother to tell him. You know, I made a promise. I'd do repairs any damages my dogs did. Anyway, long story short, it's around October. I'm going to work. Daisy, she's already pregnant. She's getting ready to give birth. She's howling and yipping and yowling every time I leave for work now. I'm at work. He's sending me a message. You need to get rid of that dog. I hear puppies in there. Daisy hadn't given birth yet. I hear puppies in there, blah, blah, blah. You need to get rid of them dogs, blah, blah. Mind you, I had a verbal agreement with him. In the state of North Carolina, the law says a verbal agreement stands if you can prove it, which I can. I had the text showing where he admitted he made this agreement. He was just being nice, apparently. Doesn't matter, he made the agreement. Anyway, if it weren't for his dog having enough chain to go on my porch and basically rape my dog, there wouldn't have been any puppies. There wouldn't have been any problem. No, he didn't want to see it that way. Alright? He didn't want to see it that way. And every time I let Daisy out on a chain, she can't go off the porch, his dog would somehow end up on that porch on top of my dog. So I stopped letting Daisy outside. She can't go outside. Where is she going to go poop and pee? In her room. So I got to start cleaning up. What do you use to clean up poop and pee? Well, most people, at least me, I use bleachy, soapy water and a mop. The floors are hardwood. Put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, eventually the floor is going to swell up a little bit because all the water, the bleach is going to turn black. Anyway, me and Joe, we could kind of hit a, after a while, kind of hit a, look, you're a loyal tenant. It's so hard to find loyal tenants. I don't really want you to go, blah, blah, blah. Alright, fine. I thought we buried the hatchet. Then I got sick. I had pneumonia. It started in November. I woke up with vomit going into my chest. I was choking on it. Doctor said when it happened, the acid from the vomit put a hole right here in my right lung, upper lobe. And that hole got infected and became pneumonia. Almost died in this house because of that. But because I got so sick, I could not move. I was bedridden. I could not take care of the fur babies. It was 4 fur babies plus Daisy. Okay? I ended up being admitted into the hospital. I was septic when I arrived at the hospital. Means I pretty much was almost dead. Anyway, my brother, I did ask him to help. He tried. But because of the state of the room that the dogs were in, because I was not able to clean up after them, and because I was litter box training Daisy, and anybody knows anything about litter boxes, when someone or something pees in that litter, doesn't matter what it is, after a minute it smells so much like pneumonia it'll choke you, and that's what happened because I was unable to clean it. Anyway, my brother, he did his best. I wasn't gonna sit and ask him to please clean up The room they were in, it was a mess. It stank. I was sick. I didn't have the help that I needed. I didn't reach out for the help that I needed. Anyway, Thomas lets the dogs outside on leashes. The two of them, Buster and Max, they get taken. They're gone. Someone stole them. Landlord's mother took Stanley, wanted to keep him as a present, even though he belongs to Emmy, my beloved wife. That's a later story. Anyway, so that leaves Daisy and Carapace on leashes. Now, mind you, it's not some kind of chain. It can just break off and run around. They're not on a harness. They're on a collar and one of those, I don't have the thing to show you. It's a thing with the little plunger. You pull it down and it opens it up. Dogs can't get out of that unless somebody lets them out. Okay? Somebody let Daisy and Carapace out while I was in the hospital and had the audacity to call animal control on me. Even animal control said somebody let them off their leashes and called us. Come on. Don't insult my intelligence. I have an idea of who it was. I think my landlord did that, trying to get rid of my dogs. The dog he said I could have. Anyway. So he starts talking about inspection this, inspection that. He never sends a letter talking about I need to come inspect the house. He just demands, hey, I'm coming over to inspect the place. He happens to do it at a moment I have something else I'm doing and can't let him come and inspect. Like, I have no issue with you coming and inspect the house if you're actually trying to do an actual inspection. I have no issue with that. So anyway, last week we had a moment. It was like, look, Joe, I don't have any hard feelings against you. I still want to be your friend. I still want to be your brother. Blah, 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 blah. Start getting to talk and laughing and joking. We share a beer. We talk about plans and all this, whatever's going on in our lives. Blah, 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 blah. Even the day after and the day after that, smiling in my face. What's up, E? Blah, blah, blah. Did you eat yet? He gave you some food. I'm thinking, okay, we're back on good terms. All right, nothing to worry about. Friday, this past Friday, I got an eviction letter in the mail. This dude smiling in my face while he's sticking a knife in my back. There's an old saying, and I really should have listened to it. The bigger the smile, the bigger the blade in your back. He's supposed to have been my friend. The whole reason I ended up moving into this house, yeah, I knew that there was no heat, I knew that there was no windows. I didn't care. I was trying to leave an abusive situation. He knew that. He needed a source of extra money. Cool, we can help each other out. That's what it's supposed to have been. Somewhere along the lines, he lost sight of that. I stopped being his friend and started being his cash cow. I stopped being his friend somewhere along the lines. He started more worried about what my dogs might be doing, because he's worried about what his last tenants did or didn't do. So he says. He flip-flopped. And I noticed that even then, and I should have paid attention to the red flags that I saw. One minute he's nice and he's sweet, and the next minute he's cold and he's kind of like standoffish. Anyway. So I'm looking at an eviction from a landlord that wanted to make no repairs to the house that he knows he was supposed to have made. Who didn't want to honor an agreement he knows that he agreed to in the first place. I'm trying my very best to maintain a humble persona about all of this. But it does seem like I will have to try to file my own countersuits against him. Yeah, he did an inspection today, finally. We set it up last week before he'd even gotten the eviction notice. Acting all friendly and all that. So, yeah, Sunday around 12. I ain't got nothing to do around that time. Blah 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 blah. I had to actually go and knock on his door and remind him. He had the nerve to try and send somebody. I don't even bloody know from Adam. No, nothing against that person personally. Just look, I don't know you. I don't really feel comfortable with you coming to my house. The landlord is supposed to be doing the inspection. You come and do it. They're talking about taking pictures and stuff. So he comes in. The first reaction he does coming in the door. What's that smell? Mind you, I had been up since 6 o'clock this morning. Bleaching and scrubbing. I went through a whole bottle of Febreze and some other stuff just to make double sure he has nothing to complain about. I think everybody does that. They know an inspection's coming. They go out of their way to try to make sure the house is extra clean. I went and burned incense, everything, His first reaction, what's that smell? Can you be any more phony? And he starts taking pictures of certain things he knows was already wrong with the house when I moved in. I got to make repairs. You already knew this when I moved in. But he's trying to make it like my dogs did this stuff. Did my dogs clog the freaking kitchen plumbing? No. Did my dogs tear down that gutter that was missing when I first moved in? No. Did the dogs tear up the daggone porch that's falling apart when I moved in? No. Did the dogs tear out the window that was missing when I moved in? No. Did the dogs tear out the windows that are missing in the basement when I moved in? No. Did the dogs tear out the heat that was installed that doesn't work when I moved in? No. And then I've been here more than a year. Wear and tear. That's supposed to be a reasonable thing. He seems to have forgotten about that. It's hardwood floors. You get heavy traffic on it, you're going to get a path in it. He seems to have ignored that. When you're constantly mopping and cleaning hardwood floors with bleach, guess what? They turn black. When you don't allow a man to be able to let his dogs go out and take a shit and piss, they're going to shit and piss in the floor. Is he supposed to let it sit there and accumulate, or is he going to clean it up? He's going to clean it up. What's he going to clean it up with? Soap and bleach. What's going to happen? The floors are going to turn black. Because you didn't want to do your job as a landlord, keep your dog on his freaking leash on your side of the lawn. So you got the nerve to try and put it on me. So here's the thing. North Carolina, most states, has something called rent abatement laws. It is illegal to rent a house to a tenant that has no working heat. It is illegal to rent a house to a tenant that is missing windows. It is illegal in the state of North Carolina to rent a house to a tenant that is missing gutters and parts of the roof. It is illegal in the state of North Carolina to rent out a house that is missing much of its insulation and does not meet fire codes. It is illegal in the state of North Carolina and most states to refuse to do repairs and maintenance on a house, like the plumbing. I'm going to show you all the picture of that. But that's what I'm dealing with right now. And to add salt to the wound, you'll already know that I'm dealing with a workers' comp injury. I can barely move. I have a lot of pain in my back. I'm not supposed to be doing much of anything. I'm not even allowed to do anything as far as lifting more than 5 pounds or moving more than 5 pounds. I'm in agony right now. I am slated to go into surgery pending an approval from my primary care provider, which is coming this Thursday, when they'll go over my labs and all that stuff with me on Thursday. If I'm evicted, I'll be in my car, so I have nowhere else to go. The cheapest house for rent in High Point right now is $800 some. I can't afford that. And they're not even allowing me to keep pets. And I can't get rid of my fur babies. I love my fur babies. They're my babies. And what's worse, the U.S. Embassy in Manila finally started processing visas. They're working on Emmys right now. And if I don't have an address, my affidavit of support is null and void, which means they will not allow her to come over here. I need help, and I have nobody to help me. I'm trying my best to stay composed and stay strong for my beloved. But right now, as it is, I face having to live in my car with my dogs while recovering from spinal fusion surgery. That is what we're looking at right now. I have to look for storage that I can afford every month. I still haven't even been able to get my car approved. Yeah, I took my car to NTB, by the way, to get inspected for North Carolina State Inspection. You know, everybody's got to go through that every year, right? Mind you, the day before that, I took it to a really good mechanic. By the way, if you want somebody who's going to be honest about your car and how much it costs, you want flat rates on labor and all that stuff, Los Boris on Brentwood Avenue, behind the Exxon. They're honest, they're good, they do good work. My car has stopped the rattling, the catalytic converter isn't coding anymore. They do really good work and they're honest. I'm just throwing that plug out there, okay? Los Boris on Brentwood Avenue. Anyway, there was nothing wrong with my car when I had them work on it, okay? The next day I took it to NTB, National Tire and Battery, out there on Westchester? I think it's Westchester. Almost where it crosses over Main, across the street from that Waffle House right there in High Point. Those of you in High Point, North Carolina, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they come back talking about they failed the inspection. They had to replace the taillight lens, the front and rear control arms and tie rods, and the R&R in the rear, and the rear tires. All of which, there's nothing wrong. The mechanic beforehand, the day before, said there's nothing wrong with any of that shit. Stuff. Sorry, I don't mean to curse. So that prompted me to look up reviews for NTB. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently NTB has a habit of trying to scam people into having to pay for things that they don't actually need. There's nothing wrong with the suspension on my car, according to my mechanic. He's just not licensed to do North Carolina state inspections. But the mechanic is saying, look, there's nothing wrong with your car. I showed him the printout that NTB gave me, right? He laughed and said, oh, this is just a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry, please forgive my cussing. But that's what he said. According to him, my mechanic, NTB has a habit of BSing their customers into paying for things that they don't need. And being dicks, pricks, and failing people just because. So, if you want a real rant, I implore you, if you need an inspection done, you need diagnostics done, don't take your car to NTB. Take it to, well, Los Boris can't do inspections, but I'm sure they can do diagnostics and other stuff like that. They're really good mechanics. Go to Los Boris. They're really good. Excuse me. Don't go to NTB. Matter of fact, while I was there, I swear to goodness, my right hand to Father Yahuwah, I was listening to the fella that was there taking calls from other customers, and he's sitting there and they're bad mouthing other companies that happen to be around in that area. Come on. Well, these people, blah, 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 are slow to do this and take too long to do that and blah, 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 this and that. Straight up bad mouthing them trying to make a sale. And their sign right up front, right out the bat says, we will beat any price at X. They have a specific company named right there on their sign on the street. We will beat any price that X quotes. That's some shady business stuff to me right off the bat. And they told me it was going to be a 2-hour wait. I waited an hour before he comes in with all this stuff on a printout sheet. They wanted to charge me $1,200 parts and labor to do all that stuff. I don't have $1,200 to do all that stuff and still pay another $23 for another inspection. My mechanic at Los Boris, he told me, I wish you would have come to me first. Now I'd have told you don't go to them, go to blah blah blah. He gave me a name of someone to go to. I haven't gone to them yet because he told me to wait 5 days. It hasn't been 5 days yet, but I'm gonna go. And if what he says turns out to be true about them dealing with inspections, I'm gonna let y'all know about that. That's still even more money. I have to pay for 2 inspections. Isn't that something? And then here's the thing, if I fail that inspection, I can't drive my car. If I can't drive my car, I can't go to work. I'm already getting evicted as it is. What am I going to do if I get evicted and I don't have a car to even live in? I have a tent. How am I going to get to anywhere to live in that tent and still go to and from work? Am I being tested by Father Yahuwah? If this is not a Father Yahuwah, I rebuke it in the name of Yahusha. But still, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, of any religion, any creed, any orientation, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. You're still a person and I love you. But I need help. I need help. my rent here is $425 a month, and I can't afford much more than that. But right now, the cheapest house, apartment, whatever, is $800 some dollars a month. I can't afford that. I'm barely even able to eat right now because I have financial responsibilities other than rent and bills to take care of. I have my family to take care of. I humbly ask and beg those few that might be watching this, please pray. If you know of somewhere that I can reach out to, please tell me in the comments or private message me, whatever. I need help. Otherwise, I might not survive very much longer. It's actually a very serious thing. No, I'm not talking about suicide. I'm not suicidal at all. I know some people might take things the wrong way. No, when I say survive, I mean I'm facing surgery and I'm getting evicted at the same time. How am I supposed to survive that? And I'm barely even able to eat right now. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm really emotional right now, and I've been drinking. My thoughts probably aren't really organized, but y'all are seeing me for me. This is me. I'm emotional. I'm sensitive, and I'm sorry. For those of you that do watch regularly, I thank you very much for watching. And I bless you in the name of Yahuwah and His Son Yahusha. If you don't believe, that's okay. I'm not going to judge you. If you believe something else, also okay. Again, I'm not going to judge you. That's not my place. Like I always say, spread the love. If we love our neighbors and treat each other with respect and kindness and forgiveness, the world would be a lot better place. And in my opinion and my experience, the first part of being able to forgive others and love others is taking a very deep, hard, long, and honest look at yourself. You have to start with your thoughts, because your thoughts control your actions. Hi, Daisy. I love you too, girl. Come here. Come here, Daisy. Okay, we got Stanley and Carapi. These are my fur babies. They didn't ask to be here, but their father's owner has been negligent about how he handles his dog. I love you. Yeah, okay. This is Stanley, the one giving me kisses. This Carapi trying to bite. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this Carapi. Good Carapi. They love attention. They just want to snuggle at the end of the day. That's all they want. Ain't that right? Okay, get down. Get down. Get down. I love my fur babies. I would do anything for them. If it means I gotta be homeless in a car with them, so be it. I love Amy and our children together. Again, if it means I gotta be homeless in a car to continue to provide for them, then so be it. I know that I've rambled on long enough on this video. But that's what y'all came to see. Excuse me. If you have any resources for me to reach out to, before I go, I want to throw out there. People close to me have already tried to suggest reaching out to the Housing Authority, HUD, the projects, whatever you want to call it. Two things. At my current job, hey, come here, hey. At my current job, I make too much money to qualify for help with housing. And part two of that is, even if I didn't make too much money to qualify, there's an 18-month waiting list for those that do qualify. Yeah, I love you too, boy. I love you too, boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. So if y'all know of any resources, I'll be happy to look them up if you leave reference for me in the comments or direct message, or however it works. I forgot what I was about to say. So any resources you're able to help with, I'll be very grateful about. All right, down, boy. Down, boy. Down. Down. Good boy. Jeez, there goes my brain again. See, why do y'all do this to me? Y'all want me to be the drunken hubby, and then when I'm the drunken hubby, I forget what I'm talking about. I'm just here for your entertainment, ain't I? Okay, Stanley wants some attention today. I love you too, buddy. I really do. I really do. Yes, I do. I love you too. And I love you too, Carrie. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah! Yeah, they love me, and I love them. They're my babies. Yeah, they're my babies. Y'all are saying inside of me that I don't really let other people say too much. Back on topic. If y'all know of anything or anyone that might be able to help, if y'all know of a resource I can reach out to for my current situation, I'm willing to take a look at it. If you're able to leave it in the comments or find a way to direct message me, whichever one you're more comfortable with is cool. If anyone knows any really good deals on self-storage that I can store my stuff in the off chance that I'm not able to get a reconciliation with the landlord, that would also be appreciated. Yeah, that's pretty much it that I can remember. I'm pretty much toasted at this point, and I'm tired, and I have to go to work in the morning, and I have to get these little rascals ready for their bedtime too. They're begging me for food. I think that's what it is. They're hungry and they're thirsty, and I need to go fill up their bowls. I thank you all for watching and dealing with my emotional weirdness. But that's what makes us a family, right? All of us have our own emotional weirdness to us. I love you all, and I thank you for watching. I ask you to please like and subscribe and share this content so we can grow our community. If there's a particular alcoholic beverages you want to see me try on this channel, let me know in the comments. If there's a particular subject you'd like my thoughts on, also let me know in the comments. Let's just keep it family friendly, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.